Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. And today I'm documenting a photo of my husband and my kids outside the Rockefeller Centre in front of the Christmas tree that's all lit up. I've chosen to use Boho Christmas by Simple Stories, and I'm doing a 1/3, 2/3 background. This is a really easy go-to way of creating a layout if you just want to create something quickly. It comes together very easily. So you'll see that this dotty piece that I've actually cut it to 8.5 inches, just so that I can make sure that it's wide enough, and then I'll overlap this black check over the left hand side. There we go. So I haven't stuck them exactly straight, so I'm just trimming off the overhanging bits of paper from that white 12 by 12 background. So that's the base of my layout. I've got a 4x6 photo, and I just wanted to add a border to bridge the gap between the two photos. So this is one of the new dies at Hey Little Magpie, the Bumpy Borders die, and I just cut that from one of the 6x8 paper pads. So the paper was slightly shorter than the die, but it didn't really matter because I knew that the photo was going to bridge the gap between the two halves of this die. So I just cut it as was, and then you saw me just tearing it in half to stick the strips above and below the photo. So now I'm going to use some of the 6x8 pad to mat my photo, and I start off with this tree paper, which I thought was very apt seeing as we were outside the Christmas tree. So I'm just leaving a small border around 3 edges, and then at the bottom I'm just tearing the edge off the bottom. Now I thought about using this green dotty paper, and I will use it as one of the layers, but it just wasn't providing enough contrast for me with the brown, the craft dotty on the right hand side as well. So I just went back to that 6x8 paper pad and found this dark paper with poinsettia, I think it is, in the background. You won't see what's in the background really because you only see a small edge, but just trimming that off. And then finally this dotty paper is just going to be offset behind those two layers, and once again I'll chop off the left hand side and then tear the bottom. And this is going to be a fairly flat layout. There's not a lot of dimension to it, that was just how I wanted it today, quick and easy. And getting another one of those photos documented. We have so many photos from our trip to New York, and I've realised I've sort of gone off the boil a little bit with doing those. I'm trying to get some more done, and predominantly it's going to be travel papers that I use for these photos, but for this one I felt Christmas papers were definitely needed, and I wanted to focus in on the Christmas trees from this collection. So I just went through the ephemera pack and pulled out the trees, and also some of these wood slices. Like this pink one has got a tree on it, and then this red one has got the word joy, and I'm using that title Merry and Bright again from the ephemera pack. It really wasn't bright at all. It was our first full day in New York, and it was absolutely peeing down. So we were determined to carry on. We had our raincoats and we had a plan. So the first stop was the Rockefeller Centre. And it was a big walking day that first day. We walked right the way down to the bottom of Manhattan and went to Cat's Deli and things, but it was great fun. We really got to see an awful lot of the sights. So you can see I'm just building up the ephemera around there. I've used a tag as my base for all the ephemera bits, and now I'm prepared to start sticking them down. I just had a rough idea of where I wanted them to go. It didn't really matter if they didn't go exactly back where I put them the first time, but I just wanted a rough idea of how these embellishments that I pulled out would look. So that tag is from the 12 by 12 paper. Simple Stories always do a gorgeous tag paper. I know a lot of people grab for it in the shop when it comes in because it's just so versatile. Tags are brilliant for using on layouts. Sheena and Wendy on my design team for Hey Little Magpie are great at using tags on their layouts. So I know they always grab for those when they come in. So there's that title going down, and then just reaching for my wet glue to get these bits stuck down just for ease. A couple of holly sprigs that are going to fill in the gaps at the top. So one there, and then I'll layer that other one's kind of on top. I like the different shapes that those have got. And then I'm going to mess about with these bits at the bottom. So these bottle brush trees I move over to the right hand side next to that word joy. So just pulling the line out to the right hand side slightly It looks a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment, but it does all come together in the end. Those baubles I will move over to the right-hand side as well. So just sticking that tree down underneath the title. And then another sprig. It's not holly sprig, they look like fir tree pieces. And now I'm coming in with the alphabet from Vicky Bootin. I love this alphabet, and I'm just going to spell out Rockefeller tree. I didn't have enough black E's because Rockefeller's already got quite a few E's in it, so I had to go to gold for the word tree. And it does stand out better in real life than it does on the video, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I suppose. And then I've grabbed that number 28 because it was the 28th of December, so I thought it would be good to use that to bridge the gap between the title and the ephemera pieces that I've got there. So just having a look through to see what else I can find. I love this label that I'm going to add to the top of the photo, and that just creates that diagonal border that I do, that diagonal line that I do love from top left to bottom right, with that starting the diagonal. So now onto these word phrases, and I found one that said sparkle, another one that said twinkle, and then at the top I'm adding let your heart be light. See what else there is. This one I think says around the tree, and then I add do you believe and count your blessings at the bottom there. So just anything relating to this photo really. Thought about using that bauble sticker, but I decided against it, so I pulled that back up again. And I'm leaning towards adding my journaling underneath that Merry and Bright title, so that's why I end up moving those baubles. So now onto the black and white phrases, and I find one that's got a heart and says I want to remember this, and another heart, so that goes up at the top there, and I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to glue those baubles down. I did think about adding a stitch to make them look as if they're stitched into the page, but quite frankly I couldn't be bothered tonight. I've done this layout very quickly tonight. As I say, I really wanted to get some more things documented, so this video will be going up. You'll be seeing it on Tuesday morning, and it's Monday night now. So just adding the date at the bottom underneath my journaling there with my roller date stamp. And the last thing to do is sprinkle about some little gold gems. And that's the layout done. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed this quick and easy layout using some ephemera pieces, a sticker book and some papers. Thanks a lot. Bye.